look! Sapphire! Sapphire, look! That's you! Who's there? That's you! How cool is that? See? That's not too bad. Come on, for someone who's never drawn before, I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm not being big-headed or anything, but it's nice to be able to pick yourself up sometimes. So yeah, I actually think I did alright there. So yeah, this is my Dinosaur Whisperer top. See, I wanted clothes that I could wear and that would be suited to me, so like my snail merch and everything, and I've got my own gecko on my top. And she's a pretty cool gecko, so like, you'll be pretty cool wearing this too. Hi friends, welcome back again. I hope you're all doing really well. Obviously we're still in this lockdown. It really sucks. It's the UK. We're gonna be in this lockdown for a while. So yeah, I'm just checking in on you all and making sure that you're all good. As you can see, I'm sporting some of my own merch today, and I'd really like to know your opinions on that and if you'd like it. So today's just going to be a really quick video on removing some stuck shed from your leopard gecko. Before I get started though, for those of you who don't already know me, my name's Amy and I keep an array of different animals, kind of exotic animals, so your reptiles, and I keep snails as well, big giant massive African land snails. And I tend to put up care videos, I show them off to you, and I also do some like custom enclosure builds. So if that's something that interests you, then definitely consider subscribing and becoming part of the Amy's Planet family, as I'm now calling it. Yeah, there's quite a few of us and we all get together and talk on Instagram and stuff. Nice, friendly, happy space for everyone to come and comment, come and watch my videos and learn something along the way. For those of you who don't already know, this is Sapphire and she is my rescue leopard gecko. She's got me back into the hobby after 8 whole years of being without a reptile. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being without a reptile for 8 years? Yeah, I know, it's been hard. She's a rescue. She's got quite a few of her tips of her toes missing, and this is because of any stuck shed that she used to have was left there. And what can happen is this shed can constrict around different parts of the body. So whether it's the toes, which in Sapphire's case it is, that's quite a common area for it to happen. It'll constrict and they can actually lose parts of their body. So in her case, it's been her toe tips. She's got a couple of little deformed ones and stuff as well. So when it comes to shedding, she will shed all of her body. I won't even see her doing it. She will eat it. So they do eat their shed after they've shed. And then we are left with a couple of little odd toes with some shedding issues. I'm quite lucky, and she's quite lucky in that she doesn't really get stuck around her eyes or her mouth or anything. It's literally just the toes. So what I do then is I bathe her. So I'm just going to talk you through today how I actually bathe her. I've already done a quick outfit change because this actually came whilst I was filming this video, and I thought, I really want to do my intro with this on. So yeah, if you see me do a quick outfit change now, it's just because I filmed that part of the video before my sweater came, and I'm really chuffed with it, and I think Sapphire likes it too. She's just sat on her face. You are the inspiration for this t-shirt, my girl. I don't know how to draw, so this was a first for me. So yeah, I put the link down below, just check it out, and any proceeds or any sales that I get will go towards upgrading my YouTube equipment, because as you all know, and I've said before, I'm a very poor person trying to do YouTube. I've now upgraded my sound. Hopefully it's a little bit better. We will actually find out in this video because it's not plugged in right now, and now it will be. So first of all, as she's a rescue, and because I've only had her a few months now, I just want to make sure she's calm still and she's doing well. I will make the area that I'm going to be bathing her in nice and quiet. So I've got 2 kids. It's not great having those running around screaming, especially a toddler, when you're trying to bathe a gecko, especially if I've got a gecko that's already been tamed. Now this can be quite difficult then, so there's a couple of little hints and tricks that I'll include for anything like that. So the first thing I do, yeah, is clear the area of any noise. So I'll like lower the TV or completely turn it off and just make sure it's a nice, calm, relaxed, spa-like environment for her. So what I will do then is I will get a nice shallow dish, large enough to fit your leopard gecko in. The larger, I would say, the better, probably around about this size. Just Tupperware is fine, something like that, and just fill it with some lukewarm water, nice and warm but not hot. You don't want to be sitting your reptile in something that's going to burn them or something that's too cold and uncomfortable for them. So you want it about this deep, just to cover the foot level. No no need to fill it up any higher than that at all, and definitely don't leave them unattended when you are bathing them. Next up, what you could do, you could have a little bit of cut off bath mat, like the sort that you actually have inside the bath for grip. I used to do this with dog grooming a lot, and it makes the animal feel a lot more safe and less sliding is happening and less stress is caused to the animal. Sapphire is pretty good with sitting still for long periods of time. She's a damn good girl, as you can see, and I don't tend to have to do anything like that, but you can use like kitchen roll, a bit of damp kitchen roll at the bottom, just so that they've got something that they can grip onto. So now that you've got your little setup ready and you've got a nice quiet environment with just a little bit of water in there, just nice and warm, like I said, not too hot, you can measure the temperature if you like. So what you're going to do is want to start introducing your gecko to the water. Now, if you've got a gecko that's quite handleable and everything, then you might not have much issue, but just gently place them in. Keep your hand under them if you like whilst they're in the water. I'll show you how I'm doing it with Sapphire, and just let them have a little paddle in there. It doesn't have to be for too long. It can be around about a minute, something like that, until any stuck shed starts to soften. Now when you're actually doing this, it helps with getting the shed off in one go, not just when it's dry. It's quite flaky and everything, and trying to pick it away can be quite tedious and it can be quite stressful for your gecko, so the quicker you can do it the better. If your gecko decides that it's not quite comfortable with being in the water and it starts freaking out a little bit, then you can always remove the gecko, pop it back into its enclosure for a bit and just keep adjusting it. Like what we used to do, I know this is a completely different animal, but with puppies we used to introduce them to the grooming process really slowly. So you'd start off with just doing a little bit of scissoring around the feet and stuff, then it'd gradually work up to having a finishing cut. So kind of do that with your gecko. It's a little bit skittish. Just introduce it to the box first. Introduce it to the box that you're going to be bathing it in. After that, then introduce it to a little bit of water in there and just have a little play around with the gradual process of getting them used to it. Also, if they're starting to crawl out like Sapphire does, then just make sure that they can't fall out of there and you're just supporting them at all times. With Sapphire, I can just pop it back in and she normally just sits there fine, just like she sat here on my shoulder now. So once you've got your gecko actually sat in there and soaking, it can be quite nice for them sometimes. You know, they quite enjoy it. I get a little Q-tip or a cotton bud as we call them in the UK, and I'll wet that within the water and just start gently removing it away from the feet. Just very gently. You don't want to be catching on those nails and making a nail fall out or anything, or just catching them in the wrong way. With a Q-tip you can catch nails with it and stuff, so I also, if I had nails, I would use my nails, but you can just use your nail to gently wash away and pull away gently the stuck shed. Just if you do accidentally like tug a nail a little bit too hard and there's just a little bit of bleeding, then just try and keep the animal from getting that part of the body infected. Obviously if it's bleeding uncontrollably, you're gonna have to make a vet visit, so you shouldn't really be putting that much force on removing the skin that you do make it bleed, but in the case that you do, keep it clean, and if it's that bad, then please go to a vet. So you're bathing your gecko, you've got your Q-tip, you're having a little rub on the affected area, and the shed should just start to come away. What I like to do as well, if another way of introducing them to the water, is just give them a little stroke with the Q-tip underneath their chin and everything, and just, you know, make them feel at ease. I drop a little bit of water over her back and stuff. You don't need to actively be bathing your leopard geckos as you would with other reptiles, but you know, it does no harm when you're doing the shedding process. A tip would be, what you should be doing as basic husbandry, is having a moist hide within their enclosure, and this massively helps with their shedding. With Sapphire, I've never even seen her go into shed. I've seen her go that white colour, but I've never seen the shed coming off, so she gets it all off in one, other than these few little bits on her tippy toes, and I think that's mainly due to having a humid hide in there. And that's basically it. Now, like I said, I've not had a problem with her head or anything, so I can't actually show you how to remove the shed or anything from her head. When geckos shed, what they do is they start shedding from the tip of their nose, and then it comes back, it peels back, and they can normally get it off themselves in one. But yeah, you do get trouble and stuff, so if you had a bit on the tail that was stuck, you could still soak them and use the same method, or sometimes if you're really gentle, you can just peel it away and it'll just come off in one. But obviously don't tug too hard so that your gecko is in like actual pain or is stressed. Some people actually put them in a box when they're doing this, so I've got a lid for my little bathing thing that I've got for Sapphire. I did contemplate putting the lid on, but I know some people do, but that can sometimes freak out your gecko as well. Sometimes it might be the case that it calms your gecko down knowing that they're quite like safe within that box. So if it does calm them down, pop a nice well ventilated lid on top and let them just sit in there for a minute. But again, don't leave them on their own, so you don't want any drowning hazards or anything. Oop, where you going? Shall I just film the rest of the video like this? Here she comes. Oh, there she is. I've got lots more exciting things coming up. Leave some suggestions in the comments of any videos you'd like, especially with Sapphire. Any Leopard gecko questions you've got, anything at all, just get hold of me and I will do my best to do a video or just get back to you in the comments. I also have an Instagram as well, and I'm pretty much more active on there, and I'm starting to get a little bit more active on TikTok. There's plenty of Sapphire on TikTok, so definitely head over there if you want to see more of her. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.